2, 1. Hey y'all, welcome to Soulish,
where we talk about soul shit.
I'm Larissa.
And my name is Francesca.
And we're so excited this week to talk about intentions.
And we're going to elaborate on what that means.
For us.
We were talking about tending to our souls. So that is why the title of this episode is a little punny, because it has everything to do with setting your actual intentions, but also the play on words, intend, meaning intent. What do you intend for your soul?
Not only just your soul, but we wanted to expand it a little bit, and it's really just about being able to communicate what you want, when you want it. Essentially like manifesting what you want to accomplish. What do you want to see within yourself, within your life, within your community? What makes you kind of hit that button that's like, I'm going to start now? And we really liked that topic. So we're just so excited to kind of ramble and just talk about what's in our lives right now that we are really trying to focus on as individuals to be better, not only for ourselves but for each other as well. It's a big deal to be intent about having a conversation every single day with multiple people, with one person, with yourself. So that's what I think is really important, especially for us, to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And I think the question that we want to ask ourselves today, and we want you to ask yourself as well, is what is your intention for you today? What intentions do you want to set for yourself in your specific day, but also in the future? And I think that waking up in the morning, the intention that I have for myself is to take things slow, take things easy. It's so easy for me to go in my past and get lost there. And it's also easy for me to plan all of these scenarios in my head that will probably never happen. And I find myself going in front of me and behind me, but I'm never here with myself. And so that's definitely been a thing that I've been working on lately. I've been trying to stop that kind of tug of war that goes on in our day. And I realized also that life is this wave. It's this idea that we run away from ourselves and we come back to ourselves. And I think that is the part of life that I also want to accept and allow personally, that it's okay to stray a little bit. I just need to always come back to myself and find that grounded place.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's the observation of actually beginning to realize that everything is cyclical. It's not just a one-sided coin. Everything is dual-sided, a dual-edged sword, whether it's emotions or, thinking about achievements to what our goals are. And mine is a little bit opposite. My personal goal is I feel like I need to speed up. And I don't know why I feel this, but a lot of the time I'm so structured that I feel I'm only doing a certain thing and it's slowing me down. Does that make sense? I feel like I need to have this set path, and I'm going too slow to be able to fully just express myself. So that's why I'm involved in so many things, and I love language, and I love art, and I love my business, and I love hanging out with Fran, and we have our channel. And sometimes with my personal experience, I'm just my dude, I feel like you're not doing anything fast enough. So I have that void sometimes where I'm do I really need to go this fast? Do I need to have what they call the 5-year plan? Do I really need to take that step back and recharge? Or do I keep going with my work ethic, with this fast-paced determination? Where does that actually lead me? And that's something that I've been really going back and forth with and struggling with, because at the end of the day, I have to, again, like Francesca said, I have to sit and slow down sometimes, because I'm wow, I really just flew by that day, only did my to-do list, checked off what I wanted to check off, but I wasn't present, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
I'm just in it to win it, 24/7 and I don't give myself any slack. Like, it's very easy for me personally with all of my intentions to be like, you can only be a certain person in that moment and then that moment's gone. But for me, I need to like backtrack a little bit with that and be like, you know what? You did that thing. Whatever you felt was right in that moment for me, and I went forward with it. I can't be mad at my set goals when I achieved what I wanted to achieve, but I kind of just, like you said, I do that tug of war where I'm like, am I doing this in a way that's progressing for me, that's giving me growth with my intent? And that's what's really hard. I think that's something that's a huge struggle for me personally.
Life gives us all these lessons, and it also, while it gives us all of these lessons, it requires us to grow. And I think that part of growth is wisdom. And I think that wisdom is understanding that sometimes we need to slow down and sometimes we need to speed up. And that's what it really takes in life, to understand, okay, is now the time for me to speed up, or is now the time for me to slow down? My grandmother shared some interesting information that I actually shared on Instagram, but I'm going to share it again. And she read it on Reader's Digest. If anybody's grandparents or anybody still reads that now. And she said that knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing that a tomato doesn't go in a fruit salad. And I think it's the same thing with our timing.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I actually had her say it a couple times because it was such a profound lesson for me.
But it's so simple.
Yeah, it's very simple, and it's something that we can use for anything in our life, especially time. I think we always hear the phrase that is a little bit cliche but completely necessary, that timing will happen when it's supposed to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that is definitely a lesson I'm learning right now. And part of setting intentions for yourself is knowing, okay, today I need to slow down, or today I need to pick up the pace, I need to do this or that. Today I need to be more patient with myself. Today I need to be more patient with other people. It's really just a time when you're setting intentions for yourself. It's a time for you to look at your whole self and understand how you can move forward in the best way, in a way that's going to be beneficial to you. But we're about community here, and we want to be good for ourselves and good for other people. Yeah. And sometimes, in life, we have to choose ourselves sometimes, but,
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, too. And also, as people who very much want to be communicators, I find that Francesca and I are huge communicators. We need to be able to not only just talk it out, but be able to actually connect on something. We can't just say, say what you're going to say and then mean it. It has to be all in one. Like, it's all or nothing, 100% or nothing with our personal communication, how we talk to each other. Because we want to be as open and honest as possible. And sometimes she'd be getting me and I'd be getting her. And we're both just like, oh snap, I shouldn't have said that. But it's about, and mind you, that's different for every relationship. Like, some people would be like, yo, I can't talk to my girlfriend or, my friend or anyone that I'm in a personal communicative relationship with like that. And that's okay. That's me and Francesca's relationship. We have this ability to still crack up at each other when we're being the dumbest possible, and when it's serious, we're serious. We can balance each other out. The yin and the yang of
honestly
things.
Yes. And I think that right off of what she said, being honest with yourself. You have to set those intentions for yourself that I'm going to be honest with myself today in every single moment as much as I can. Of course, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not anywhere near that. But, yeah, very scary. But it's a great practice to get into. And when we started talking about doing this channel, and even before that, when we started hanging out and becoming better friends,
people.
Yes, definitely better people. I think we set those intentions for each other. We said, this is what I'm about. This is what I care about. This is where I want to be. And we just did that so naturally. So I think that once you really focus on spending time with yourself and understanding what your intentions are, it's going to be a little bit more natural to just be about those intentions without really having to be like, okay, what are my intentions today? We have to really build a relationship with ourselves, and that's really, other than the other topics that we're going to be talking about, essentially this is about building a relationship with ourselves and us wanting you to build a better relationship with yourself. So we really want to challenge you this week, this day, to really think about what your intentions are, how you are living your life. Are you happy? If you're not happy, let's sit down with yourself. Figure out why you're not happy. Do you need something to be, do you need to be passionate about something? Do you need to meet up with people? Do you need more community? COVID safety, though.
Yeah, COVID safety for real. Don't play around.
Yes.
Wear a mask.
There's Zoom. Zoom is a great way. FaceTime. There's all these things that you could use to build a community and get connected with other people. But the first connection is with yourself. That is the most important.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And to continue that further, just honestly for me, it's about being as cognizant as possible. Like Francesca said, you can be, for me, she is a very good balance to me because I am the
Because I'm crazy.
You're not wrong, sis. No, but it's just about being aware of all sides. And I think sometimes I'm a very detrimental person. I can be very honest with myself about that now, that I'm just like, whoa, let's take a step back. Francesca has the ability to be uplifting and happy, and she has her own bad days as well, but she's always been uplifting to me, and I'm just kind of like I'm a little Grinch sometimes.
And I feel the same way about you, and this is how you build community. This is what people are supposed to do, because we talked about life is this running away from yourself and coming back to yourself. It's this, someone's down, the other person's up. Let's get each other here. Let's be balanced. Let's meet each other where we're at and find a place where we can thrive together.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that it's so funny, like a marriage, for instance, right? I've never been married, but from what I hear and what I see, there's usually one person that's down about something, about a certain situation, and the other person is going to that person and kind of helping them get to the level, to that same level of positivity, right? And I think that that's what we need to be doing in life. It's crucial. Like, why are we not the only people on the planet? If that was not the case, I'd be the only person on the planet, right?
We invisible, yo.
Yeah, so I mean, we have a responsibility and intention to connect with ourselves, but we also have that same responsibility with other people.
And I think that point is, I definitely agree. I think that point is, the word for me is commitment. And it's commitment to anything that you're doing within that line of work, whether it's selfhood, whether it's relationship-wise from a marriage to being single. It doesn't honestly matter, I think it's just about setting that point and being like, look here, today we're really gonna focus on it. We're really gonna just take the time to say, okay, we're going to go through, it could be the smallest thing. For me, y'all, making my bed, that's an intention. I wake up every day and I'm like, am I going to make my bed today? Yes, ma'am. You is.
Shoot, I don't do that.
Okay, so French is gonna call me out on my OCD, but that's okay. But
or maybe I called myself out on my lack of.
No, he was coming for my neck.
Lack
it's okay.
of togetherness.
No, but it's just about honestly, it's the little things, and they all stack up to the big things. And I think that's what's really kind of the stepping stone for this conversation, for how I introduced Fran and she, vice versa, brought it back to me, is that we both deal with things differently. And it's very honest and open, but it's also very real that no two people are the same. Can I speak? No two people are the same. No two people are going to go about something the same way. No two people are going to feel the same way about the same things. Francesca and I took an entirely different approach to intentions, and that's perfectly fine. It's just about creating that space, and we just want to know, feel, express, be able to have a platform and a space for people to chime in, essentially. We want y'all to chime in. This is some real talk. We're not here to we're here to be goofy. I won't lie. But it's just about being real. Like, what do you have to say? What do you even not want to say? You don't even got to say it out loud. You don't got to comment. You don't got to do any of those things to the universe, not even just to us. But you don't even have to say it out loud. If you just have something in your head that you just want to start a habit, like for me, I'm trying to experience this minimalist lifestyle. Is real hard just because I'm crazy about it. But, like certain things, from food to drinking your water, calling your mama, like certain things, like people just want to experience life with you, and you can't experience it without knowing what you like. So that's my 2 cents.
I loved what you said about how our perspectives on intentions are different. I think that our natural intention, outside of our thoughts, outside of our personalities, the natural intention of humanity is to be themselves, whatever that is, because we are different expressions of energy, right?
Yes.
And we all have something different to bring to the table, whether we're talking about our actual personalities or our appearances or our hobbies. We all have something to bring to the table, right? So in that, I think that we need to be free to do that and not hold back. And of course, I mean that in a way that is uplifting to other people, because if being yourself is detrimental to other people, then
Including
you should really
yourself.
sit down with yourself and figure out what the root of your issues are. But
and that's work, y'all.
It's a work.
That can be trauma. That can be, just self-hatred, deprecation. It can be happy things. Like some things that make you happy don't always make you or other people happy forever. And that's something I also had to experience as well. I was like, dang, sometimes how I act is not helpful for other people. Like me being so reserved, and Francesca is more bubbly than I am. Like me having a different mindset or a different way of expressing myself in public on the daily, it's a lot different. And I had to learn to be like, okay, you just gotta like step it up a little bit, Riss. Like you have to be able to be like, all right, let's do this together. Be uplifting. We can have our chill time. But we had to, like you said, we had to meet right in the middle.
Right, and we can do different things, That's our responsibility here, to be ourselves, to be it truly,
Right.
To not hold back. And I think we're doing a great job.
I do too. So y'all, we're just really excited. Let us know what your intentions are this week, today, tomorrow, this year. What y'all got down locked? What y'all thinking about?
Yes.
Please like and subscribe and tap, tap, tap that like and subscribe.
Tap, tap, tap it up. Hey.
Again, 2 videos, my guy. All right.
Mind you, we don't plan that.
We don't, because this is the end of the video for me. All right, y'all.
Peace.
Catch you on the next one.